I happen to agree with Dale, and I happen to agree with you. Because I know other people that have the same problem. We're all the same people, we're all Anishinaabe people, like Dale's and you say. The problem I have is the people that want to be enrolled now are coming forward. Their great-great-great-grandfather was the chief, or their grandmother was apprentice, and they want to be considered a enrolled member. Well, there's some place in time we got to draw a line and allow certain people in. I'm giving you an example right now. The man that wants to run against Robert. I mean, it's no fact that everybody says this man has 1/16 blood at that even. And eventually, if this starts happening, you start letting these people in. And I said this before, they're going to gain control of that RBC. And then once they gain control of that RBC, then our life will be shot forever. I'm going to give you an example what I think will happen. You get those people in there with a different type of mind. Even though you own your own home, not a tribal home, but you built your home on tribal land, eventually what's going to happen, and I think from the bottom of my heart this will, that they will come up with a plan and say, we're going to tax you people because we need this money to help run our reservation. But I look at a lot of us people in here, and I'm one of the ones that grew up in a tar paper shack, like a lot of you did. And I know the hard times. You know, I ate a lot of bullheads, I ate a lot of rabbit, a lot of turtles. And all of a sudden these people are just flocking in here. That's the problem I have with the descendants of the descendant of a descendant. And we're supposed to open our arms up to them, and I just think it's wrong. You know, if you read the history books, certain tribes, if the blood start getting too close, many men will go off to other encampments and find their brides to get different blood in. And that's what we should accept. I don't care if you're from Canada or Montana or Michigan. We're Anishinaabe. But that's the problem I have, is with a descendant of a descendant of a descendant. Someplace there's got to be a line drawn. That's my comment, my thought.
Any other thoughts, candidates?
Mine is, how can we change it if we got to go by the Constitution? And only that the Secretary Treasurer and the Chairman of the reservations have to say of this TEC, and they're the ones that hold this Constitution in their hands. How can we change it?
I mean, we need a wider discussion than what's been held, you know, in Irma's constitutional reform. We need a wider discussion, you know. The Ho-Chunks hold a grand council, and many of their people come in from all over and attend that meeting. And even, you know, there's a difference. In Nebraska, people call themselves Winnebagos, but yet they'll still attend. You know, they attend to each other's business, but they open that door to decide who's who and how we're going to do this. We need to take that control back some way. I have no final solution for that tonight, but it just seems that we could be doing better and a lot more people involved. And like Robert talks about, use that technology. If we can't be there, then we run on the center and we do it like a teleconference, you know, and that we're able to have people there if we got to use the chat and then type up the questions. So those questions are there. If we can't be in attendance, we should still be able to attend that meetings from somewhere else. It should be available. Technology is there. It's not that hard to do these days.
I have a question. I have a kind of comment on this blood quantum issue. I have had several discussions on this over the years with some friends of mine that are other tribal members from other tribes. One is Northern Cheyenne. Guy I read motorcycles with Senator Ben Nyhurst Campbell.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Give your name.
Okay, my name's Al Paulson. which is the Norwegian side of my family. My mom is Leduc, so I'm enrolled through my mom's side of the family. Philip and Josephine Leduc from Ebro, and my dad was north of Highway 2, up where the Paulsons and the Odegaards and the Tilburgs and all the Swedes lived, so cross marriage. The dilemma that we have, I think, is this, is that many folks, my friend that I mentioned, Northern Cheyenne, Senator Ben Nighthorse Campbell, he and I ride motorcycles together. I was just down in Cherokee 2 weeks ago with some friends of mine down there. They have the same issues, and the issue is that as people go off the reservation for whatever reason, like I got a grant from Minnesota Chippewa Tribe to go to college, played college hockey, and ended up marrying a tall blonde. You know, wasn't an Indian gal. So what happens is that our bloodlines are thin out. My kids are not enrolled because of that. My mom married a Norwegian and Swede, so every time that happens, so that's part of it. I mean, it isn't just that, you know, I've got friends that marry, you know, White Earth, marry Red Lake, but there's a lot of us that marry outside the tribes. So we've got a dilemma from that standpoint. Like my friend Senator Campbell was saying, he said, Al, if us Indians don't figure this out, we're going to end up with less and less of us all the time. And right now, less than 2% of the U.S. population owns 33% of the nation's natural resources. And that's a small percentage of ownership for what we own, but it gets less and less because of all these problems. People marrying outside, marrying, you know, and a Cherokee friend of mine's married somebody from the Pueblos, so they aren't enrolled. You know, so it isn't just marrying a non-Indian; it's marrying Northern Cheyenne. My buddy Sen Campbell married a gal from Colorado, not enrolled. So all those things are occurring. I don't know the answer to it, but the answer is just not in this whole area of where do we go with our blood quantum deal. I think, you know, my cousin Winona Leduc, which some of you know, she always said, Al, we've got to start marrying and having children within our own tribes. I said, well, let me talk to my wife Barbara and see if I can help donate. And, you know, I mean, I'll be glad there's an Indian gal that wants to. That's one of the numbers that we're.
One of the solutions is that we start to teach our history accurately in the schools. You know, they got many books about the history of different cultures, but yet our history of I'm just saying about White Earth, there's nothing there. You know, and all the published reports are coming from government lawyers that did research. You know, and when we stop and talk about who we are as a people, we have to start to learn who we are. You know, we're the people of the clans. You know, and the clan is a family. You know? So I'm Bear Clan. My wife is Crane Clan. So my children know who their clans are. We made it a point to teach them that. You know? But how many other people really have that understanding of the clan system? You know? And so these people that I was just discussing with two of these guys over here, that when a person don't know who their clan is, then we do the research to do these houses of learning of what a clan responsibility is. It's like all this circle here. Each one of us have a responsibility to the person next to us.